Right.
Hello everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope everybody is here with us. So I'm waiting just a few seconds just to be sure that everybody is joining us. I hope you are in a good shape. I hope you are motivated. So I'm going to share my screen for you. Just a few seconds. Yes, here we are. So, good morning. This is my first word for you today. I would like to say good morning, hello, and I hope you are all good. I am Hélène, one of the Free Spirit Vice President, and I'm really proud to open this amazing competition day. I guess your night might have been short, I know, but I hope you are motivated and ready to start. Indeed, a huge day is coming as you are going to work hard to create your solution, but also for us because we are doing our best to provide you with interesting content, with information about wildlife and illegal trafficking issues. I'm going now to give you a short reminder about the agenda of the day. And first, in a few minutes, right after this introduction speech, Ifao will intervene to make you a presentation about wildlife cybercrime. You will have the great opportunity to know more about one of these hackathon main issue. So feel free to ask all your questions in the chat. We'll answer your question right after the presentation. But let's start with a short reminder with the agenda. So today, this morning, from 8:30 to 2 p.m., right after this intervention, we will let you time to focus on your solution creation. Through Discord, you will still communicate each other on your tech ideas, design, and coding, of course, with help from the technology and wildlife conservation mentors. Indeed, don't forget, because you have several appointments all along the days. No worry, our team members are here to remember you that you have some slots for those dedicated meetings, and you can ask and speak with your mentors. Then from 2 p.m. to 2:30, you will have a short break with a keynote from Andrea Fibiger, the CEE Philanthropy Lead of Microsoft. So here he will present you a topic about AI for Earth, saving wildlife using artificial intelligence. Then, right after, from 2:30 to 6, you will have a second non-interrupted coding session. So go ahead. You will continue to code. You will continue to communicate by Discord, and you also could ask your question to your mentors. A second short break then is coming with an intervention of Interpol that will join us for a keynote. And then you will be back again for your third code session until the end of the day. We will conclude this intensive day with a message from Jessica Webster, who is a member of the Minister Counselor for Economic and Environment. And in the embassy, US Embassy in Paris. So such a program for you guys. Don't forget, you are not alone. Remember, you have dedicated slots with your mentors in Discord. Take it as a great opportunity to ask questions, to collect information, and straighten your solution. Then don't forget, of course, to enjoy those 2 days of competition, because first of all, we would like you to have fun. We would like you to take this event as as a great competition, but with a lot of joyful. And then this hackathon is all above question of team experience. So I guess you are eager to start now. So I let Eleonora and Lionel from IFAO presenting you the first keynote of the day. So I wish you a very good luck and have a good day.
Yes, hello, hi, many thanks, Hélène, for your intervention and for your opening speech. Let me just give 1 second. Okay, voila. So yeah, as Hélène said, I'm Eleonora Panella. I'm a senior campaigner for IFAO in the Brussels office, now home-based like everyone. And IFAO is an international organization which was founded in 1969 to fight the seal puppies hunting, and then we expanded on several important topics. So we do rescue, rehabilitate, release animals all around the world. And then our European offices are also, of course, have a policy and advocacy role, especially the Brussels based, which I'm representing today. And we partner with local communities, but as well with other NGOs, which is also a key component of our work, government and businesses. So around the globe, we have 14 offices with also more or less 40 country and field-based projects, for example, in Kenya, Tanzania, China, where we also do a rescue rehabilitation. In case of disaster, we also have a unit which does disaster deployment. And we are more or less 300 people with different nationalities, background, and skills, which really help us and give the right response for any needs, and with different also, as I said, linguistic skills, which is very helpful. So I'm not going to repeat myself because in the opening ceremony yesterday, there were many presentations and slides mentioning what wildlife cybercrime actually is and what it's about. But just to set the scene a bit, of course, wildlife trafficking is a huge problem. You saw yesterday in the quiz the scale of it and the business. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the deserved attention and procurement that it needs, which make it a quite profitable and easy business for poachers and traffickers. It's not also from the monetary value, but of course for us as an animal welfare organization has a welfare component and conservation issue. So that's why we try to fight it and to partner up with relevant stakeholders in order to destroy it, basically. And then from the other side, there is one thing which is related with the legal trade, because as you know, I mean, as you have experienced in the past 9 months, legal trade of wildlife is everywhere. You're all sadly are familiar with what is the seafood market in Wuhan, because it changed our life completely. And that was what it was considered a legal market. Then, of course, there were also illegal activities, but it was open market and everyone had access to. So you can really see how difficult it is also to distinguish between what is legal and illegal. And this is exactly what you today will help us also in finding new tools and alternatives to counterfight it, especially because as we are all connected today, we understand how much internet is relevant to our life, but how much at the same time internet-based platform allows traffickers to have a open source 24 hours, 7 days a week market and way to do their businesses. So, and also because it guarantees, as I said, anonymity and really reduce all the possible obstacles that in a face-to-face interaction would have been more difficult to have. So makes things easier for everyone, also for illegal activities. We found this wildlife cybercrime as an issue already 15 years ago, when actually the internet was not as spread and not as known as it is today. So we started to collaborate with different organizations, governative and not governative, and really to track down the scale of the ads and the business around the world. So we really understood that disrupting wildlife cybercrime is really critical to ensure welfare, safety, and survival of danger and threatened wild animals. And that's why one of our most recent studies focused on in Europe. We also looked at other member states, but today, and you will understand why I'm talking specifically about the surveys and investigation we did in Germany and France in 2018. All our resources are available on our website. So if you need to find anything, just go on our website, ifo.org, or just send me an email or contact me through the Zoacaton teams. So we found in Germany, we surveyed 18 online platforms for like 6 to 8 weeks, and we found an enormous amount of adverts, and which a big majority of them had actually offering live animals, and also that were like considered not legal ads and or lacking of certificates or origin or CITES certificates, which I mentioned here earlier, is the convention which regulates the trade of flora and fauna. And then the same, of course, was with France. We just encountered different products or versus live animal traded. So this shows also how the customers change even within the member states of the European Union, which makes things even more difficult than to tackle, because we don't have one size fits all for all member states. Then, as a continuation of our work in 2019, IFO, together with WWF, Traffic, Interpol, and Belgian Customs partners up with, and we are still in working together in a project financed by the European Commission, looking at online trafficking and also parcel companies and online platform, particularly of Belgium, Netherlands, and France and Germany, but also with some other linkages with other member states. But this is the main project and the main scope of our project. So we have this work with online platforms, but also which is then was created in a coalition, was actually derived in a coalition, but also we work with courier companies and with the Enforcers Agency, which is, of course, a really relevant work to make sure and to understand what's the real scale of cybercrime online. So one of the products and which I thought was quite relevant for you today, and which I'm not going very much into detail, but invite you to maybe have a look already today, if you have the time, at the report. One of the products of our work with WWF, Traffic, and the other partners was this report actually prepared and compiled by WWF Belgium on how technology can help tackling wildlife cybercrime in the EU. The report is extremely interesting today, and I'm sure that people that are attending and listening to this talk know way more than me on what IT skills and tools are, and platforms and everything. So that's why I really invite you to go also more into detail for get better the gist of what it was about. But I mean, I'm just going to give you the main findings that we saw. I mean, our partners saw that there is a really high level nowadays of accuracy and for distinguishing between illegal and illegal products. But this is not always the case, because to use this online tools, of course, there is a lot of need to be perhaps a big platform or to look at specific products. So it's not always easy. Also for the different range of legislations that there are in the European Union and the complication of it. So yes, there are tools to look online to distinguish what is legal, what is not legal, and to trackle down where the ads was posted, and these other IT support that can help But I mean, given also the limited resources that some enforcers agency in the European Union have, is also sometimes more time demanding for them, because maybe they have a tools, but then they will need people to clean up the data that they are created by their IT platforms and tools. So, I mean, we really understood that, I mean, at the moment, there is no fit for all reliable systematic way to detect wildlife cybercrime automatically. There is always some human component that needs to come in the action, which sometimes is more time consuming than doing it yourself, but can help. But still, I mean, we don't see how this can really resolve all the problem at the moment. But we have faith that technology can help in the future with always a human component, because of course, policy and legislation have always the human component behind, and they go interlinked with technology. So yeah, that would be really a war game changer, because I know poachers are always one step ahead and they think always above. And also because, as someone said yesterday, and I repeated this morning, as it is a quite profitable business, but not rightly enforced and prosecuted. I mean, people still find more profitable to go on open source platform rather than in the dark web. So it means that there is a really big problem there. Another product of our work from in the past 2 years is this coalition to end wildlife trafficking online. What is the coalition about? The coalition brings together companies all around the world platform that are interested in changing the world, in changing their policies, in training their team, and really collaborate with NGOs and government in order to tackle change the ads that they're online, and also to make sure that their staff is informed what it's about. So the policy behind wildlife cybercrime, the regulation, CITES, and here at the European level. So it's quite a step that companies take without any business income or anyway profit, just really to make sure that they can better understand and they can help this fight against wildlife trafficking online. They have trainings that are available on the portal of the page of the coalition. Of course, these trainings are available for companies in Chinese, Spanish, French, in Chinese, French, and English, not Spanish yet. And they make sure that going like few steps are like 7 modules, very well thought, give a whole overview for companies and people working in the platform of what the problem is about. And they're then trained to change and go and change their policies and make the policies available and clear on the website and their platform for every customer. Because I mean, sometimes we notice that customers are really in good faith. They don't really would know what they're buying, but actually they do. So this is also a really relevant component, the public awareness and the demand reduction, and really the development of understanding for citizens that what they're buying online is not good from the welfare, legal, and conservation point of view. So we're proud to say that after 2 years that the coalition was launched, we had like quite significant results. We have 4,500 wildlife ads that were basically flagged by the Cyberspotter, which we will explain in a minute what it's about. 3 million ads that were removed, for over 470 staff people from the platform that were trained, and now they're aware of what the issue is. So definitely big numbers. We hope we could increase more with the European platform that would join us, and in order also to make sure that there will be a policy change, either in the legislation, but in the mentality of people, to avoid that another pandemic also could spread from this. And this is just a summary of what the coalition is about. So again, you can also navigate on the website, but please have a look at this short video. And then I will give the floor to Lionel, my colleague, who will give you a better presentation of what the Cyberspotter program is about. Thank you very much.
Trafficking is second only to habitat loss as the biggest threat to species. Each year, over 20,000 African elephants lose their lives to the demand for ivory. Every day in South Africa, 3 rhinos perish at the hands of poachers for their horns. And though you might not know what a pangolin is, over 1 million have been traded in the past decade. Now, wildlife traffickers are exploiting the biggest marketplace in the world, your phone. They can reach more people, more anonymously than ever before through websites and apps at your fingertips. Instead of roaming the jungle, tigers are placed in online shopping carts with just a few clicks. But you can help keep tigers, elephants, and other species offline. The Coalition to End Wildlife Trafficking Online unites global tech companies to work together to keep their platforms free of endangered species. Help us by learning what to look for, avoiding illegal wildlife products, and reporting suspicious listings. Is this necklace what it seems? Or does it tell another story? Join us to find out.
Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me properly, and that's fine. So my name is Lionel, or I'm French, so I'm representing the French office at IFO France. And I wanted to present just a program of the coalition. So thank you, Eleanor, for your presentation. And so what is the Wireless Service Portal program? So as Eleanor presented you, it was just one of the programs the coalition is doing to help tackling the illegal wildlife trafficking online. And this program is based on volunteers who undergo training on how to identify illegal wildlife products in order to then report any suspicious contents that they could find on online platform. And so far, more than 4,500 adverts have been flagged and reported to companies. The purpose with this program is hence to reduce the number of endangered wildlife specimens offered for sale that you can find easily on online marketplaces, such as eBay, for example. Their role is divided in several steps. First, they have to research on those online marketplaces, then they have to search for target species. The species we want to remove from the market, and also record relevant information on potential breaches so that we as project managers, we can then work with those companies to help tackling this and those adverts. But you can ask yourself, what are our target species? Basically, it refers to all the EU Annex A and certain Annex B species within those following categories that were chosen based on reports, including the wildlife disrupt report from IFO that was finished in 2018. So it's about birds, turtle and tortoise, lizards and snakes, and also the ivory, which are the most categories of species we can encounter on such platforms. And so far we have in Europe only, we have conducting 3 rounds between 2019 and 2020, 2 in Germany, 1 in France, and on 7 online platforms for a couple of weeks for each platforms, for a total on more than a bit less than 3,000 adverts flagging and then reporting to those companies. And you can notice that the ivory, the number of adverts flagged for the ivory is a bit lower than the other, and I will explain you why. In fact, the number of adverts that were flagged represent only a fraction of the current situations for various reasons. First, we only dedicated a limit time on those online platforms, but it's also difficult to identify ivory, especially ivory from bones, as you can have noticed from the quiz yesterday. And we also mostly focus on websites selling living animals, and sometimes the ivory was not relevant on those websites. And I wanted also to emphasize that the ivory we can find on online platforms are not necessarily ivory from elephants, but we also encounter walrus, hippo, and sperm whale ivory that are also within the target lists. And I am a little bit short in time, so I wanted you to reflect on which category we can find ivory items on a common online platform. And so what I wanted to show you is the variety of different categories we can encounter such ivory items, which makes it more difficult to find those items and also help companies to tackle those illegal adverts. And I think that's important to know that we do face some challenges beyond the fact that that's difficult to encounter ivory items. These challenges regard mostly the non-compliance with the law or the company policy, and also being able to properly identify the specimens involved in those adverts. So here are some indicators to identify some non-compliance with the law. For example, some sellers can say that this specimen does not require the CITES permits when in fact it should, and they have to provide a proof of the documentations in order to be into the legality. And also identifying a specimen could be really tricky. Sometimes the seller does not even mention the species name. We can have some issues with the picture. Sometimes there is not even a picture, or the quality of the picture is too low to be able to distinguish a bone from an elephant ivory, while also the company needs to have a quick response to remove the adverts that are on the website. And that could be difficult because on some online platform, there are no date of publication. That's difficult just to target the more recent adverts, but also there are a large number of wildlife-related adverts, which makes pretty difficult to be able to manage all of this information. And also, lastly, some sellers use some strategy to bypass the filtering systems those online platforms are implementing. They may use some misspelling words, like using an H at the beginning of ivory in order to bypass the filtering system, or also use specialist abbreviation. For example, on French online platform, they may use NC for captive breds. And if you don't know that, you cannot interpret properly what they were trying to say. And so here are some challenges we are facing as an organization and within the coalitions, and maybe you can help to tackle some of them. And so that's what I wanted to say, and I hope it provides you like a quick snapshot of the current situations. And I wish you good luck to everyone. Be open, be creative, and I wish you the best. Thanks, and please ask any question. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lionel. Thank you very much, Eleonora. Now, people, if you want to ask some question to our team, please feel free. We have few minutes still with you, so then if you don't have any question, let's go on Discord and let's start to work. We still have some slot together to answer your question right after. So yes, let's start.